And Boston has possession. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. And there's Porzingis, then it's Holiday, and it's Pritchard in at the point. That's the Boston Five. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wemby's. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the two J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That, David, remember a couple years ago, there was some thought that maybe one would be traded. I'm glad they're still together. Several teams changing it up here.
On the court.
Pass to Pritchard. Jacks up a three. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Johnson outside. Sharp with a screen on Holiday. Good! Another from three. He's his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Boston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Inside. Horford finds Holiday. Celtics passing it around. Takes the three. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
His shot has been on point from the opening tip. He's pretty much kept them in the game.
Irving attacking. Yet another bucket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA, really taking it to the opposition. Round with it. He's got 8. Pass to Hauser. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Pritchard. Offline with his 3. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Following some ups and downs, Richard, the Brooklyn Nets, and you know this, they're back in rebuild mode.
Yes, unfortunately they are, but fans shouldn't let the word rebuild discourage them. The Nets still have a ton of solid pieces, and it's just a question of making smart moves from here on out.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Irving attacking. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Irving's got 11 in the second half. And the Celtics shooting a meager 37% for the game. Horford with the screen on Johnson. Here's Pritchard. His three-pointer's off the mark. Nets shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% from the floor. Here's Johnson. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
Nice bucket. Still, strange to go to the leaner with no one on him. That's just not an easy shot.
Here's Pritchard. No scoring in this one. Driving the lane. Lays it up off the glass.
And this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Here's Irving. Good. That's another bucket.
A 60-piece. Goodness. And it's not his first of the season.
Well, he is tied for the fourth most 60-point games during a single season. Just incredible. Here's Brown. Brown jams it in.
Showing off his pure athleticism. Brown with a memorable finish.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Irving looking over the floor. Over Holiday. Good, he hits again. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Brown, no good. Brooklyn with the ball, and that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And the basket by Johnson.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Here's Pritchard. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
He knew exactly how he wanted to do it, too. There was no doubt in his mind that it was going to fall.
And so it's Brooklyn, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
And the ability to drop your jaw with the pass is something you rarely see in this league. What a talent he is.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head. Into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Shutting the floor for the Nets. We've got Johnson. He's out there with Irving. Martin is out there with Sharp. And it's Clowney in at the four-man position. Now, here is Irving. Jason Tatum missing his last shot. Count it. 64 points for Mr. Clutch.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Horford from past the arc. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Left side, Irving. Here's Hauser. And a miss there on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Back to Irving. Johnson for 3. That shot off. For Boston, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Here's Pritchard. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting the lights out in this building, 68% from the field. Irving kicks to Johnson. And it's Sharp missing.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam. And the Nets miss again. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Pritchard gets the bucket.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Tatum passes to Pritchard. Takes a 3. It's no good. He's now 4 of 9 from the field. Johnson kicks to Irving. Back to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Fires the 3. And yep, another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Here's Pritchard. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard. Launches it. Rebound, Brooklyn. Sharp's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Back to Irving. Releases. He got it again. Sensational. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
Now, Craig. Pass to Pritchard. To stop the run. Boston, no good that time either.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Here's Pritchard after the basket by Brooklyn, and there's a whistle. That goes on Mr. Clutch. That is his first foul of the game. Drew Holiday is checked in for Torrey Craig.
Number 4, Drew Holiday.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Yep, that one goes. 14 points for Jason Tatum.
The defense must be aware of where Tatum is, especially when he's roaming around that mid-range.
Irving from long range. Another one goes. Incredible.
And he's been out of this world tonight. Unreal offensively.
The points just keep adding up. Close to the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. Horford from outside. Clowney pulls it in.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Irving. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And it just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Hauser. Off target with his three. Nets have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Martin with the bounce pass. Johnson a wide open look. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a terrific job not giving this hostile crowd anything to cheer about.
Now here's Tatum. And just miss after miss right now. Pass to Clowney. Out to the right wing. Back to Irving. From downtown. And again for three.
Another three. I'm not sure I've seen a better three-point shooting night.
They just keep pouring in. This is a top 5 all-time single game for three-point shots made. Pritchard passes to Holiday. Here's Hauser. Trying to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Irving kicks to Martin. Pass to Johnson. And here's Irving. From deep. Connects again from distance.
And this parade of threes has no end in sight. He just keeps knocking them down.
Oh, and that latest triple ties him for second for the most threes in a game. What a monster he's been from deep. Here's Hauser. Three-pointer. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 3 assists in the game. Brooklyn's gone to three-point range for 12 of their points in the final quarter on 4 of 5 shooting. Puts one up from 19, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Holiday against Irving. The shot by Holiday, no good. And it's Irving with the ball for the Nets. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. Good! Another from 3.
And he's outclassed his own previous record. A new number for the second most single-game triples. Just a master cannoneer.
Firing away and making a little history in the process. What an honor to witness this. What an honor to be here. He is, quite simply, as good as you'll ever see from long range. Clock is at 3, and here's Tatum for 3.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling. And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Celtics on offense. Here's Holiday. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Holiday's got 22.
Keep it simple if I were them. Feed Holiday, let Drew eat. He's been having a fantastic night.
Here's Irving. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Here's Pritchard. And Holiday has it in the corner. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Richard, so many things about Drew Holiday's game we love, but what impresses you most about his game?
Well, I know it's an easy answer, but it's his defense. It's hard to be a feared defender in the modern NBA, Kevin, but Holiday is such a pest at all times on that end of the floor.
First one falls for him. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they have 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run.
Both free throws good from Holiday. The recent history of the Nets. Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
And here is Tatum, looking to end his cold spell, and that's 2 points on the layup. Tatum's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Brushing off the contact. Look, the dude is strong. When he gets in there, it's easy. That's an easy bucket.
Irving passes to Whitehead. The kick out to Irving. And the three ball is good.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
The Celtics shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Outside, Porzingis. White the pass to Holiday. The three-pointer off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Irving passes to Sharp. Back to Irving. For the three. Rebounded by Tatum. Tatum's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to White. Porzingis kicks to Tatum. Drills it from outside. Tatum's got 19 points.
No second thoughts from Tatum. Just look, he's ready.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Outside Irving. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. The Celtics shooting a meager 37% for the game. And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. And that'll be his third foul so far. Greg, we've heard some veteran players and coaches say the league is skewing too young.
Well, because of the salary cap, you're often forced to play some younger guys, and they don't quite have a feel for the game yet. So possibly the product suffers, but it also gives you a chance to develop these young players in your system.
And for the Nets, they're shooting 70% from the floor. And good! He hits it again.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. Boston again missing.
And it's really a tale of 2 quarters. Shot it so well in the last, but this one can't get anything to fall.
Outside Irving. Over Holiday. Irving can't get it to go.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
A deceptive guard. Holiday draws fouls by keeping his defenders always on their heels over the course of the game.
At the line for 2 shots.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday.
What you love about Drew Holiday is he's a true teammate. He's selfless and just wants to see his whole squad win.
And he makes both free throws. RJ, you had a chance to ref a Summer League game this past year, so you get a little bit of a feel for what these guys go through.
Being a referee is by far the hardest job in professional sports. To try and keep up with the amount of plays, the amount of possessions, I do not envy their job.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will.
And another one falls. Amazing.
And incredible. Never thought we'd see another player score this much.
I mean, it feels surreal, doesn't it? That score puts him tied for the second most points in an NBA game. What a historic night. Now, here is Irving. From deep three-point land, no good. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one to come into an opponent's...
Way to bring the effort tonight.
Solid effort tonight on both ends.
So how you feeling about your recent play?
Not gonna lie, Coach, I feel pretty good.
So do we, which is why we think you're ready to run with the starters.
Coach, you playing with me? Oh my gosh, that's great. I've been looking forward to this opportunity.
Now remember when I told you this is a big boy league, MP?
Mm-hmm.
When the coaches make a move like this, it puts us in the crosshairs. It puts Cliff in the crosshairs too, because the buck stops with the general manager.
Well, like you said, it's a grown man's league, and if you can't handle that pressure, then you ain't gonna make it that far.
Glad we are understood.
Loud and clear, Coach.
It's time to prove you belong, MP. Good luck.
NYC, baby. The stars are out. Take us up the spike for us.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
MP, let's bring it tonight.
Let's go.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Brooklyn Nets. And this is Brian Anderson, along with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Allie LaForce, our reporter tonight. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaking out. You take a look at the Nets, and they've got the top spot of the conference, a testament to their hard work all year long. And, of course, the Knicks, nipping at their heels in second place and wanting to get that first seed.
You know, for the Knicks, they've just been relentless coming out of the gates. And what I love is that everyone is focused. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
Yeah, they're using that F word, focus. A lot of teams suffer from a lack of concentration in the early part of the season, but not this team. They're ready to play right from the opening tip of the very first game.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Cameron Johnson, also Sharp out there, and it's Irving in at the point. And for the Knicks, Josh Hart is out there with Achua. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Brunson in.